Tony sabi kanina, pag nasa ALLTV, kailangan all around.
All around kailangan.
Oo, all around. So kapag kumakanta ka, nag-host ka din. I'm so
Tama,
proud of you.
Kaya dapat hindi ka na nahihiya. Isa pa sa hindi nahihiya, Katrina Velarde.
Hello po! Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Thank you so much, Kuya Will. And of course, ALLTV. Isa pong karangalan po sa amin to na mag-host. Host na po pala kami, di na po kami senior.
Alam mo naman si Kuya Will, importante, kailangan, pag sinabi niya mag-host ka, mag-host ka.
Dapat.
Salang agad yan siya.
Imbitahan mo sila mamayang gabi, kayong tatlo. Imbitahan niyo dahil meron kayong very special number mamaya, di ba?
Ay, yes. Meron kaming tatlo po. Ngayon po, for the hostingings po kaming tatlo dito ngayon. Pero mamaya po, ay for the... Ayoko pagsabihin, masasurpresa.
Surprise,
Magugulat
surprise.
silang lahat. As in, sabihin ko na lang bungangaan yung mangyayari. As in, kaya kailangan ay subaybayan nyo, antabayanan. What's the Tagalog of that?
Wait.
You have
Wait.
to like waiting.
Wait ka lang.
Waitinings.
7 p.m. yan, Mars, di ba? 7
Yes.
p.m. po yan.
Mars, magsalita ka naman!
Sa ALLTV yan.
Alright! Huwag na natin patagalin dahil ang dami natin mga banda. Ito na po sila. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this band!
Kahit ikaw ay magaling, sa'yo lang lalapit, sa'yo lang aawin. Kahit na ikaw ay nagbago na, ibigin pa rin kita, kahit ayaw mo na. Tatakbo, tatanong, sisigaw ang pangalan. Iisipin na lang, panaginip lahat ng ito. O bakit ba kailangan pang umalis? Pakiusap na lang, kailangan tayong mag-usap, teka lang, ika'y gulo. Huwag mo kong iwan na ayusin natin ito. Sabihin na ayaw mo na, pero pinag-isipan ko pa. panakit na tanghali, ALLTV. Ayan. Ayan, maraming salamat sa pag-imbita sa amin ngayong hapon na ito. Again, we're this band. And here's our next song, Wala Ka Nang Magagawa. Bakit bumabalik ka pa? Di ba di ko'y pumili na maghiwalay muna at hanapin ang sariling bansa? Ang daming luwang sinayang, ang daming alak tinikman, makalimutan lang sakit na aking nararamdaman. Isang araw ay nagbago, biglang ikon ng mundo, nakalimutan na lahat ng bagay na tungkol sa'yo. Ngayon wala ka nang magagawa, nakadadala sa salita. Kahit pa ulit-ulit na, ikaw magmamahal. Tataya, sa'yo din ako tataya. Ika'y mananatili na masama ka lang. Kaya't ako'y natuto na di na ako mapipilo pa. Hindi na kailangan pa na manap ng kaligayahan sa iba. Sa mga taong darating, ito ang huwag niyong gagawin. Pangako ka, sabay-sabay tulisi, sirain ang balay. Akala pa sarili mo ang kailangan ng magbago. Ang dapat ang pala lumisan na siyang natulad. Oh, ngayon wala ka na magagawa, di na madadala sa salita. Kahit pa ulit-ulit na, ikaw magmamahal. Tataya, sa'yo din ako tataya. Ika'y mananatili na masama ka lang. Wala ka nang magagawa, di na madadala sa salita. Wala. Ngayon wala ka nang magagawa, di na madadala sa salita. Kahit pa ulit-ulit na, ikaw magmamahal. Tataya, sa'yo din ako tataya. Ika'y mananatili na masama ka lang.
Yay! This band, ladies and
Pinag-pause na ako
gentlemen,
din.
is a jammer natin, this band. Andy, thank you very much for being here.
Salamat po.
Auntie!
Naku, hello po.
Hello.
It's an honor na nakatungtong kami dito. Kasi first ever live to.
Totoo
And
yan.
nakasama kami. Maraming salamat po, ALLTV!
Ayun. Ito, gusto mag-host. Kausapin mo, si Andy.
Wala, hindi ako ready. Andy, gusto ko lang kasi talaga na malaman. Hindi, pakilala mo muna yung mga kalodi dito.
Oo, ayan. Ito nga pala si Carson. Ayan. Si RM, si John, si Mickey, and si Yui. Ayan po.
Ayan, yan ang bumubuo sa this band. Ilang years na rin ang this band?
5 years na po. Ay, sorry.
Oh,
5
hindi,
years
okay
na.
lang.
5
Mahihayin po ako.
5 years. At buong-buo pa rin sila at intact na intact ang this band.
Yes, Tito Randy. At saka alam mo, marami na silang mga hit songs. Nakakatuwa, di ba? Kasi there's a new generation na mga banda ngayon na nagbo-boom talaga.
Yon. Any upcoming concerts and the album?
Ayan, actually may album po kami, Huwag Matakot. Ayan, stream nyo lang sa lahat ng streaming platforms. Available na po yan. And of course, abangan nyo po ang 5th anniversary po ng this band. Ayan, gaganapin po siya sa Las Piñas. So yung mga taga Las Piñas dyan, punta po kayo. Kayo din po, pwede din po kayo pumunta.
Yes.
Alam mo, ang Las Piñas, ang mahal na mahal namin ang Las Piñas.
Oo. At saka, madali na lang pumunta doon.
Yes,
Oo.
opo. Ayun. Yung details naman po nun, check nyo lang po sa aming official Facebook page, This Band Music PH.
Ayan, may sasabihin eh.
Ay, may sasabihin daw.
Hindi,
Ayan.
nakalimutan niya yung date ng
Oo nga
anim.
pala yung date ng Alif.
Nako, yan tayo. Pag mga anniversary, kailangan tinatandaan yan.
Ayan, sa September
Oo.
28 po. Tama, no?
September 30 po.
September 30.
Ano?
Sorry!
My
Sorry.
God!
Ano ba yun?
Ano ba yung napag-usapan natin? Sabi
Ulitin
niyo
na,
28.
ulitin mo, please.
Sabi niyo, ayan, sa September 30 na po ang 5th anniversary ng this band!
Saan?
Sa Las Piñas po.
Saan nga sa Las Piñas?
Sa Las Piñas, to be announced po.
To be
Ayan
announced. Just
Yes.
follow your socials.
Yes, social.
Ito, meron akong question,
Go
Tita
ahead.
Randy, sa kanila. It's not really a question, pero meron ba kayong mga mensahe sa mga bagong banda ngayon na gustong marating yung kung anong narating nyo ngayon? Kasi dito sa Instagram, alam mo na kwento kasi ni Kuya Will, may mga part dito na bibigyan din natin ng chance yung mga new artists.
New artists, correct. That is
para
correct.
mapagbigyan ng pagkakataon, na ipakita ang kanilang talent. So what's your message?
Ayan, to everyone na nagsa-start pa lang, ayan, magpatuloy lang kayo, pusuan nyo lang kasi kapag mahal yung ginagawa nyo, mamahalin din kayo ng tao.
Totoo yan.
Sana lahat mahal.
Tama yan. Gawa lang kayo ng gawa ng kanta. Malay nyo, mag-guest namin kayo dito sa Instajam. Another song from this band. Are you okay?
Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, this band!
Ang lahat ay nagbabago, ganun din ang puso ko. Di alam kung paano amin, kung dapat ba sabihin to. Ngunit kailangan na tapangan at sabihin na nararapat na hindi na nga, hindi na nga. Alam kong mali na, pero di ko kayang bumitaw. Ika'y masasaktan, lagi pangako ko'y much, ALLTV.
Thank you very much, this band! And when we return, get ready to jam with Miss Jinky Vidal! Only here on It's the Jam, dito lang sa ALLTV!
Lagi naka-open. Birthday sana. Para kay Jinky. Thank you. Oh, kunin mo yung iPad ko. Ayan. Sa back pa. Yan. Check one.
Two.
Every time it pulls me, I just wanna cheer. Let's hear it from the bar. Oh, let's get up on it. Hey, yeah. Let's hear it from my baby.
And we're back dito sa It's the Jam, dito lang sa ALLTV!
Yeah!
Ayan, nakapag-host na siya. Maya-maya, kayong dalawa naman.
Yari ka.
Alright, huwag na natin patagalin ito. At ito, gusto na niya talaga kumanta. Ladies and gentlemen, with South Border, here is
Jinky Vidal! Here we go! It's a jam. ALLTV. South Border Live. Come on. Woo. My baby, he don't talk sweet. Ain't got much to say. But he loves, he loves, he loves. I know that must be it. And maybe he don't dress fine, but I don't really mind. Second time he pulls me in, I just wanna cheer. Let's hear it for my boy. Oh, let's get on board and play. Let's hear it for my baby. You know you gotta understand. Oh, it's no Romeo, he's my lovely one-man show. Oh, 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 let's hear it for the boys. Woo. That's it. My baby may not be rich. He's watching every dime. Yeah. Oh, but he loves, he loves, he loves. He always have a real good time. And maybe he sings out here, but that's alright by me. Yeah. 'Cause what he does so well. Makes me wonder, let's hear it for my boy. Oh, let's give him more hey. Let's hear it for my baby. You know you gotta understand. Oh, baby, it's no Romeo. He's my lovely one. Let's hear it for the band. Come on. For the boys. Let's hear it for my baby. Oh, South Border. Thank you so much. Give it up. Thank you so much, South Border. One more time, please. It's a jam live here on ALLTV. What's up, guys? Jinky Vidal right here. And right about now, let's do some more, all right? And I'm gonna bring you back. Here's something from the yesteryears. This is throwback. I'm gonna feature a song from my former band before Freestyle. Of course, helping me out once again. How about a big hand for South Border? Here you go. It goes like this. Yeah. I've been with you, boy, 3 years of skyline. Getting's essential, but it's really not my style. You know I love you, and I like just like this.
desire. I know that you feel it too. I know you on the floor, dreaming about it, and the fire starts to grow. Baby, it's wrong. Baby, it's not my kind of game. If I give it to you now, my love will never be the same. It won't be long. We gotta lay our love just right. I know you know the child. Come on, you guys, sing me. Baby, for tonight, take it slow, so slow. Anywhere you wanna go, baby, for you, I lay it all on the line. You ought to know, I know, boy, I ain't got nowhere to go. I give it to you, only to you. We gotta take it real slow. I know tomorrow it will still be you and me. Saving it all for you especially. Trust in me, baby, when I say this to you. We wait a little longer, our love will be forever. Take it slow, so slow. Anywhere you wanna go, baby, for you, I'll lay it all on the line. You ought to know, I know, boy, I ain't got nowhere to go. I give it to you, only to you. We gotta take it slow. Take it slow, so slow. Anywhere you wanna go, so baby, for you, I lay it all on the line. You gotta know, I know, boy, I ain't got nowhere to go. I'll give it to you, only to you. Yeah. So we gotta take it. We gotta take it real. Come on, JD. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much, Miss Jakey Vidal!
sarap.
Grabe.
Ang sarap naman.
Ito, abalang-abala sa mga concerts abroad to, di
Thank
ba?
you, thank you. Thank you, Rans. Pasalamatan ko lang ang South Border. Thank you, South Border, for that. And of course, ang nag-imbita sa akin, ang Instagram, of course, ALLTV. Palakpakan natin, ALLTV!
Yes!
Amazing. Miss
Happy.
Jinky,
Sarap, oh.
grabe, ang tagal na
Jenny,
natin
ganda-ganda.
hindi nagkita. I mean, from the last concert we had
Yeah.
pre-pandemic.
Oo nga.
And speaking of concerts, balita ko po meron po kayong isang tour, US tour.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that?
That part one I just finished. Actually, Reminiscent is
Correct,
the title of the show. I shared that with Joey G, of course. You know Joey G, of course.
Of course.
And part 2 will be next year. Sa Canada yan at saka sa US. March 2023, abangan nila yan. And of course, I'll be releasing new music po. Abangan nyo yan. I haven't been out sa mga gigs, but I didn't stop writing songs actually. So, abangan nila yan.
And it's very good. Dapat tuloy-tuloy yan ang pagkanta
Yes,
ng mga kanta. Si Joey G, imbitahin mo na rin. Sabihin mo, hindi ko naman ang kumanta dito sa Instagram.
Joey G!
You're
Joey
next.
G, you're next. Oo, dito. Subukan mo dito. Masaya. Masarap.
Ayan.
Oo,
Huwag na natin
Instagram.
patagalin pa to!
Thank you,
Once again, Miss Jakey!
Thank you, Janita!
Vidal!
Let's do some more! Come on, SB! Come on! Let's do it. I need your help now. I need some hands up in the air. Here we go. Bring the beat up. Hey, LKNG. Hey. It's the Jam Dancers. You don't want, I can always go. I need to make everything stop. Finally, you're my love on top. Hey, you're the one that I love. Baby, you are my need. The only one I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You don't want, I can fix you up. You don't want, I can always go. I need to make everything stop. Finally, you put my love on top. Hey, you're the one that I love.
Grabe. Lahat ng banda magagaling nandito, tumutugtog. Huwag na natin patagalin to! Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Philippines Prince of R&B, Mr. Chris Lawrence!
ALLTV, here we go. I wanna be a billionaire, so freaking bad. I'll buy all of the. I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen. Oh, every time I close my eyes, see my name in every city, every night. Oh, I swear, well, that's I prepare when I'm a billionaire. Yeah, I will have a show like Oprah. I will be the host of everyday Christmas. Can kill a Christmas. I'm probably pulling Angelina and Brad Pitt. Adopt a bunch of babies that ain't never had it. But with a few Mercedes like he lady have this. But last but not least, brings a body that lasts quick. Been a couple months that I've been single, so you could call me Chris Close, minus the ho-ho. I did it. I probably visit with Katrina here. The damn sure do a lot more than FEMA did. And yeah, can't forget about me. Stupid everywhere I go, got my hammer on. Oh, every time I close my eyes, I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A different city every night. Oh, I swear, the world that's not prepared for when I'm a billionaire. For when I'm a billionaire. Come on, it's up high. 1, 2, 3. Now let me hear you say ho. Say ho. Say ALLTV. Thank you, ALLTV. Hey, I wanna be a billionaire. Para sa mga in love. So ikaw yun, para sa ito. Here we go. If you ever leave me, baby, leave some morphine at my door. It would take a whole lot of medication to realize what we used to have. We don't have it anymore. There's no religion that can save me. No matter how long my knees are on the floor. Keep in mind all the sacrifices I'm taking to keep you by my side, to keep you from walking out the door. There'll be no clear skies if I lose you, baby. Just like the clouds, my eyes will do the same. You walk away, everything will rain, rain, rain. Yeah, baby. And yung mga nasa bahay, know that we love you for just the way you are. Summer! Here we go! Oh, eyes, like the stars that light the night shining. Oh, yeah. Down that way, she's so beautiful. Like, and I tell her every day. Yeah, I
Lawrence. Yeah, Mr. Chris Lawrence!
Hey!
Ayun naman.
Kuya Rans?
Grabe.
Grabe
How are
naman,
you?
sobrang mismo eh. Yun kasi yung term ng mga musikero kapag talaga magagaling.
Mismo.
Mismo yan. Kita mo na pati itsura.
Thank you.
Mismo! Ayan.
Ikaw din, mana ko sa'yo, Kuya Rans.
Anything you would like to say para sa ALLTV? Tandito ka ngayon.
Yes, well, sobrang nagpapasalamat ako sa ALLTV. Maraming salamat. Thank you guys for having me and all of us. Maraming salamat kay South Border Jay. You the man, brother. Kuya Will, we love you so much. ALLTV and Kuya Rans, love you.
Love you.
too.
Thank you.
Album, any forthcoming album?
Yes, meron po akong susunod na single. It's called Buti na Lang.
Buti na lang.
Buti na lang nandyan ka. Parang sa lahat ng pinagdaanan natin,
Correct.
as a couple, as a relationship, brother, sister, wife, husband, kung ano man yan, relationship niyan. Ups, downs, pinaka-highs, pinaka-lows, buti na lang nandyan ka.
Buti
Kasi
na lang. Written by?
Written by Pastor Rodel Buban.
Ayan. Ito
Yeah.
naman. Can we ask for another song from you?
Oo naman po. Pwede ako Guys, October 22, I will be in Cebu with Juris. And in November, I will be in the States with JR, my brother from another mother. We'll have a Soul Brothers tour, so abangan niyo po yan. Yeah.
Yan. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chris Lawrence! Isa pa!
Shout out Spooky, Tito Venny Saturno. I love you, Tay. Para sa po to. Na ikaw ay dumating na damay ipasan namin kilos mo mga paglalamig ang siyang lagi ay umaakit sa akin kahit dayain pa ang puso at isip ay hanap ka bakit nga ba kaniyan kung malaya lang ako kung malaya lang ako ipagsisigawan kong mahal kita kung malaya lang ako kung malaya lang ako ay ikaw ang tanging pipiliin ko sana ay mahal mo rin ako kung may isang pagkakataon na ikaw ay magpiling ko pilit na aking pagmamahal ang siyang lagi ay ipandarama sa'yo kahit dayain pa ang puso at isip ay hanap ka bakit nga ba ganyan kung malaya lang ako kung malaya lang ako ipagsisigawan kong mahal kita kung malaya lang ako kung malaya lang ako ay ikaw ang tanging pipiliin ko sana ay mahal mo rin ako up for KL in the house. The Blackbird. The Blackbird. Darling, I can't explain when I will. Girl, it's driving me insane. And I know I just need a one more chance to prove my love to you. And if you come back to me, I guarantee that I'll never let you go. Can we go back to the days our love was strong? Can you tell me how a perfect love goes wrong? Can somebody tell me how to get things back He'll do you right. Just make a wish on your mind. Anything that you wish, I will give you the love of your life, your life, your life. We belong together. Right. Why do you play with my heart? Why do you play with my mind? Be forever. Said it never could die. How could you love me and leave me and never say goodbye? When I can't sleep at night, when I hold you tight, girl, there's so much night I just break down and cry. Pain in my head, oh, I'd rather be there. Sitting here running around. To the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. We belong to you. To the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. To the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. To the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. To the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you.
Thank you, Luke Mijares and Chris Lawrence. There's more to come, kaya tutok lang dahil magbabalik pa ang Instajam dito sa ALLTV!
Ang bawat araw may sorpresang saya, may mabaong ngiti at tawa.
May sayaw at kanta, napapanahon, balita, masayang mga kwento.
Masayang mga kwento. All kasama dito, all kompleto dito, para gumaan ang hirap ng buhay. All sama-sama tayo dito. saya, may babaong ngiti at tawa.
May sayaw at kanta, napapanahong balita, masayang mga kwento.
Masayang mga kwento. All kasama dito, all kompleto dito, parang gumaan ang hirap ng buhay. All sama-sama tayo dito, all tutok na dito. ALLTV, ang Pilipinas, saya ALLTV. Oras-oras, saya all, bawat pamilya, saya all. ALLTV, ang saya, saya all. Ang bawat araw may surpresang saya, may babaong ngiti at tawa.
May sayaw at kanta, napapanahong balita, masayang mga kwento.
Masayang mga kwento. All kasama dito, all kompleto dito, parang gumaan ang hirap ng buhay. All sama-sama tayo.
It's the Jam! Okay, look, thank you very much.
Thank you, Pops. ALLTV, thank you so much. And maraming salamat sa lahat ng kababayan na nanonood sa States, yung mga shows. And then next year, nasa Canada ako, Feb and March. And March and April, nasa US ulit. So magkita-kita tayo.
Ayun, alright. What's next? Mga kaibigan, of course, susunod na si Tony! Tony Talks! Sa mapapalik na ang star. Siyempre, sa mapapalik na
Insta ALLTV!
Dapat masanay ka na dyan.
Insta Jam!
Bago yun ah. Okay. Sa mapapalik na ALLTV!
Let's go! Let's go! Just say hey. Everything's alright. Just say hey. Everything's alright. Do you remember the 21st night of September?
sorpresang saya, may pabaong ngiti at tawa.
May sayaw at kanta, napapanahong balita, masayang mga kwento.
Masayang mga all kasama dito, all kompleto dito, para gumaan ang hirap ng buhay. All sama-sama tayo dito, all tutok na dito. ALLTV, Pilipinas, saya ALLTV. Oras-oras, saya all, bawat pamilya, saya all. ALLTV, ang saya, saya all. Ang bawat araw may sorpresang saya.
work is done.
That's where I lived.
Were there times na you were grounded, like you stay in your room, you cannot go out?
Oh,
You
yeah.
just stay there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that happened. But this is where I...
So this is yung parang closet,
Yeah, that's where it is. The bathroom.
the banyo.
Yeah, my bed was there. There was a desk here. That's the whole thing that I'm finding in the palace. It's very different, but it's actually the same. Yeah.
The feel.
Yeah, it's
The
all,
feel is still there.
it's all familiar.
It's familiar.
It's all familiar. We'll go there. Itong side door, dito kami pasok-labas. When I was grounded, it was because I came home late. Pero,
Huli.
yeah. Nandito sila, yung magulang ko pagpagod ko. Nakatingin.
Silang dalawa.
Oo, nakatingin sa akin. Sabi, patay na. Yeah, I'm not seeing my friends for one week. Ito sabi ko.
Grounded.
Itong kwarto nila, Irene and Amy. This was their auntie room. This was Irene's actual bedroom. That's Amy's actual bedroom.
So meron silang connecting. Ito po yung kay Senator Amy.
Yan kay San Amy, siyempre iba na ang kulay. But they,
Oh, this is where you do
this is where I
photography.
do the vlogs.
The vlog.
Yeah, this is where
Oh, so dito yung vlog ni President.
I wanted to keep doing it in my room para masabi ko, or doing it in my room. Pero madilim eh. Irene's room was next door.
The other room.
Yeah.
Kanino po kayo mas close? Kay Irene or kay Senator Amy po?
Hard to say. Pareho. Ang nangyari dito, kami lang ang bata dito sa palasyo. So we really had to stick together. Kasi ito mo, puro matatanda, puro mga seryoso, maliliit pa kami.
Were you allowed to bring in like playmates?
Sure. Yeah. Ang dami.
Your classmates, your friends?
Yeah, they'd all come, mag-sleep over, wala, like, ano.
They sleep over in Malacanang?
Sure.
What is
This
this
used
area
to be the private dining room. Uy,
The private dining.
dito talaga kami kumakain. Actually yan, kung nasan yung mga libro, kusina yan. That was like my mom would cook there.
Ano po ang paboritong ulam ng father ninyo?
Dinding.
Dinding?
Oo.
Oh!
Dinding, pakbet. Ay, you were intruding on your office.
Hello!
Maybe that's his office now.
Oh, is he here? Oh, can we say hi?
Of course. I'm sure he'll be happy.
This is the office of
JP.
JPE.
Where is he? Oh, there's Katrina.
Hi! We're doing a Malacanang tour
They're doing a tour of the
of the
palace.
palace. Hello, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
A very beautiful young lady wanted to
So
meet with you.
honored
Yes,
to
it's
finally
Tony
meet you personally, sir. Maraming salamat po.
Salamat ito.
So nice to finally meet you po.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much po.
So now you've met the man.
Wow.
This is actually my mom's room. This is her dressing room. That used to
Asan
be
po
on
yung
the-
closet niya na puro shoes?
Wala dito yun. Pag-display lang yun. Hindi niya, yung mga sinusuot niya dito, meron pero, lahat yung nakita yung naka-display na shoes, yung galing, lalo na yung mga galing Marikina,
Yung 3,000 shoes?
they were somewhere else. They were not here. Because they were not her shoes. Yun ang mga regalo eh.
Kaya iba-iba yung sizes.
Kasi marami naman siya talagang ino-order na sapatos ng Marikina. So every time they make something new, pinapadalan siya ng sample.
This one is
This
the
is
room
her room.
of the former First Lady,
Yeah,
Imelda Marcos.
her bed was, you see that big panel? That's where her bed was. And this is still the original
Piano?
piano that was here. I guess hindi na mailabas.
Is it true na yung when you left, yung mga former workers here and yung mga servants po ng Malacanang, they took some of the paintings and then when you came back, binalik po nila sa inyo?
Maraming ganun. Not just paintings, even little things that
They took it home, tapos nung
They took
bumalik
it home.
kayo, binalik po nila sa
yeah,
inyo.
they came back, dahan-dahan silang patating, and then sila sabi, ito yung, meron kami, alam ko, ito eh, alam ko, paborito mo ito.
Tinago nila para sa inyo.
Mm-mm.
In this area po is, kung yun ang bed, ito ang parang receiving sala.
Oh, she didn't receive guests in here. Oh, kundi yung mga kami, and sometimes some relatives, si Auntie Chita or somebody would come and visit her. Pero hindi yung mga formal na bisita.
So you would see your mother hair down in this room.
Sure, that's where she
Because your mother is always put
always
together.
maayos.
Diba? Parang there was never a time that you would see her not
No.
made up and
no,
put together.
No.
In this room, her hair is down.
Her hair is up here.
Here?
Yeah.
Who does her hair? Yung mga
Siya, kaya niya yun. Ang bilis, walang 5 minutes. Nagagawa niya agad. Ewan mo,
yung ganun style?
master na niya. Oh, hindi
That's
ko
the
alam.
iconic
The
hairstyle
iconic hairstyle of
Madam Imelda
Madam
Marcos.
Imelda. This is actually my father's bedroom. This one.
Bakit po magkahiwalay?
Because iba-iba yung schedule nila eh. Actually, my mom would often sleep here, pero doon kung saan. She doesn't sleep very long. So she'd stay with my dad, and then babalik dito, meron na namang
So
ginagawa.
this is the room of Ferdinand Marcos Sr.
That wall was not there. It was one big space.
Kanino
There
na
was
po?
only, that's me already. There's only a desk here. I remember for him to work on. The TV was here. His bed was here. Halos walang laman ito.
Before?
Yung dad ko, ayaw niya yung maraming, ayaw
Gamit?
Gusto niya malinis.
Minimalist.
Minimalist talaga.
Did you ever experience was sleeping with your dad?
All the time. Oh, especially when I was younger.
Sabi kayo matulog?
Yeah. Oh, well, lalo na pag nagsisiesta yan once in a while, pag gigising siya ng 4 o'clock, 4:30, masyadong maaga. After lunch, he would take a siesta. Sinasama ako.
Who chose the photos that will make it on that desk?
Well, that mostly Lisa. But I asked
That's the touch of the women.
Yeah.
Yung mga personal
That's
photos.
why I asked her to do it. I said, please put some nice photographs. So we have a mix of old and new. That was part of a campaign video. That's in Ilocos, in the windmills. With the boys, I was still governor then. This one,
Where are you here?
that's in that room. That was in the office. The office, hindi ba now there are doors here? Wala na yung doors na yan. Wala pa yung doors na yan. That was just straight through. That was just open.
Ano po ito mga classmates mo?
Oo.
Asan niyo? Asan po kayo?
Ewan ko, I'm somewhere there. Oh, siguro yan.
Wapo.
So that's the new setup here. Mamaya, nandito na naman kami conducting. And this is where I have lunch.
What time do you usually wake up?
I'm out of bed by 7. Mga 6:30.
The music room.
The music room. This was essentially my mother's receiving room. Dito siya nag-ano. Well, it's still the music room, but it's set up differently. There used to be a piano here, and then there was a parang receiving area here. And the reason it became the music room is that there was a table before, marble, inlaid with violins and several music rooms. This is where we would rehearse if we were going to sing for my dad's birthday. Nandito kami nagre-rehearse. But it's set up differently now. It's set up to receive usually yung mga ambassadors or yung mga bisita. This is my father's office, which we call the study room.
This is the office of your father.
Yeah.
For 20 years?
Yes. Yep.
Is it still the same books?
No. Not any longer.
The painting? That's
The
new?
painting, yes. But that came from somewhere else. These are the same chairs and table. And desk.
Used by your father?
Yeah. Nahanap namin. We had to fix it up a little bit.
This is now your office.
This is now my formal office when I receive guests. But I also have, they transformed many things. When I meet again foreign dignitaries dito, medyo formal.
May iba po bang presidente na gumamit ng office na ito?
Before nung dad ko hanggang sa father ko, ito talagang opisina ng presidente. Yeah, I still
Ngayon,
remember
it's your-
going to the, binabasa ko lahat ng papeles niya.
Paano yung day in a life of a president? Kasi napapanood namin, this is where you do your cabinet meetings.
Actually, this is always designated as a state dining room. Kasi nung unang panahon, dito ginagawa yung mga state visit. Pero wala na masyadong, nung bandang huli masyado na maliit. My father was the one who actually started using it as a cabinet meeting room.
Yung po ba may mga secret doors dyan that
Meron.
leading to somewhere?
I don't know kung pareho pa rin, ha? You know what? This is the first chance I've had na lumibot lang. Because I'm always going somewhere.
But this door is leading to the...
That used to lead to the kitchen downstairs. Ito! Oh, ito. Because...
So do you used to run around this hall?
Sure.
Bata ka?
Oh, yeah.
Kasi di ba pag bata ka parang, wow, maze!
Oh, there's the kitchen because
What is this room?
this used to be
Uy! Wow!
what they call the family dining room.
This is where you eat before as a family.
Kami lang kasi we're never together at the same time. So this is where I'd have my meals. Even my sisters would have their meals. There was a big table here, a long table.
So breakfast, lunch, dinner is here before.
Yeah, this ang talagang kainan natin. But then they changed it. Those two are guest rooms. Diyan marami yung multo.
Multo. Yun nga, kilala nga ang Malacanang si Multo.
Meron talaga multo rito.
Sino yung mga multo? Mga dating presidente?
Hindi. Mostly yung mga lumilitaw yung panahon daw ng gyera.
Kayo po, nakakita na kayo?
Oo. Ay, ang dami nang nangyari
Nakita niyo
dito.
ng multo?
Oo, marami talaga dito. Things move that they're not supposed to move kasi walang tao eh. Pero makikita mo gumagalaw, tapos pag dumadaan ka, bumubukas yung pintuan na hindi mo ginagalaw. Ito, this door.
Kawawa naman yung guest na nakitulog dito.
Ah,
May multo.
tumira ako dito for a while kasi ginagawa yung kwarto ko. This door, once we were coming here, it was late at night, 2:00 ng umaga. We were just messing around. I tried to open that door. The door opened by itself just before my hand arrived. That is because I lived here.
Hindi kayo nakinilabutan?
Of course.
Oh!
Oh, we turned it into the eastern room.
So this was the guest bedroom before.
Yes. That was called Suite 1, and this is called Suite 2. It's now the East Room. So,
The Mumu room.
madalas yung mag-meeting yung matanda dito. So that time, that's when he was sitting in.
This is where the table was.
Yep.
And then where
General-
was General Ver?
He
Here.
was here.
Mr. President, we
So-
cannot keep.
We cannot keep on withdrawing. They asked us to withdraw yesterday. When I talked to Mr. Riley, he said, you talk to you, we withdraw anytime.
My order is to disperse
We cannot withdraw all the time, Mr. President.
without shooting them. No, hold on. You disperse the crowd without shooting them.
I was there. I was watching.
This is when he was saying, disperse the crowd without shooting.
Yeah. They were ready to start bombarding.
The military.
Yeah. Kapaligid yung mga tanke.
They were just waiting for the order of the president.
He wouldn't give it. He refused to give it.
This is where it happened.
Yeah. I have an even funnier story. This is where I learned to play judo.
Oh,
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
How old were you?
8, 9. And the funny thing is, so they... Pang judo talaga. Hindi pa dumadating. Dito kami.
Sa
It's not
carpet.
this carpet, but the carpet that was here then. Yun ang mat namin. So dito kami nag-judo.
Naging expert po ba kayo sa judo?
Uy, umabot akong black belt.
Knocks.
Oo. That's sineryoso ko yun. Since that time, even when I left for England, I still continued.
When you see yourself on that wall,
It's hard to believe. Especially sitting across.
across your
Sitting
father,
across the old man.
when you see your portrait there,
And I'm still taken aback, but when I see the things like this that are very official.
to sink in. I am the
Yes,
president.
slowly. Yeah. This is the front door.
This is the iconic
This is
stair.
where the ceremonial.
The iconic. This is also where you met President Duterte. He was waiting for you.
Yeah, I know.
Hindi namin naririnig po yung pag-uusap niyo. Ano pong sinabi niyo sa inyo nung pabalik na kayo?
Sabi ko, hinantay mo pa ako. Sabi ko, masyado ka naman.
Anong sinabi po niyo sa inyo? nung
Sabi
nanalo
niya,
kayo?
hindi, dapat, presidente ka na. Sabi niya, kailangan sasalubungin kita. At saka hindi ko tatanggalin itong mask ko kasi you're the president. You have to protect you.
Knocks.
Handang ipaglaban ang kanyang kaharian at ang kanyang minamahal. Isang epiko ng pag-ibig, paghihiganti at pakikipaglaban para sa kahariang itinadhana para sa nag-iisang prinsesa na Gugoryo. River Where the Moon Rises. Lunes hanggang Linggo, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Ngayong September 13 na. Here, we ride the rhythm. We feel the beat. And we live music. Your favorite hits. Your prize performers. Playing this September 13, 2:30 p.m. This is the soundtrack of your lives. Insta Jam. Ang programang minahal ng bawat Pilipino nagbabalik kung saan nyo kami unang napanood. Bagong istasyon sa bagong ALLTV Network. Ipagpapatuloy ang saya dito sa Wawawin! Lunes hanggang Sabado, 7 to 8:30 p.m. At sa pagbabalik natin sa September 13, ibubuhos ang regalong babago sa buhay nyo.
Dalawang house lang ang bibigyan natin sa September 13. Go!
Saan mang sulok ng mundo, sama all, saya all tayo gabi-gabi sa Wawawin! Ang pag-ibig na kontento sa simpleng pagsasama ay maghihimbal ng isang katotohanang matagal na itinago. At sa pagkadiskubre ng katotohanan, may mga buhay na mawawakasan. Muling tunghayan ang dalawang pinagtagpo ng ilang uri na katadhanang magbunga ng pag-ibig. Ngayon at kailanman, simula na ngayong September 14, Lunes hanggang Linggo, 8:30 p.m. dito sa ALLTV. Handang ipaglaban ang kanyang kaharian at ang kanyang minamahal. Isang epiko ng pag-ibig, paghihiganti at pakikipaglaban para sa kahariang itinadhana para sa nag-iisang prinsesa na Gugoryo. River Where the Moon Rises, Lunes hanggang Linggo, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. ngayong September 13 na. Ang pag-ibig na kontento sa simpleng pagsasama ay magigimbal ng isang katotohanang matagal na tinago. At sa pagkadiskubre ng katotohanan, may mga buhay na mawawakasan. Muling tunghayan ang dalawang pinagtagpo ng ilang uri na katadhanang magbunga ng pag-ibig. Ngayon at kailanman, simula na ngayong September 14, Lunes hanggang Linggo, 8:30 p.m. dito sa ALLTV.
Mga kababayan, isa pong malaking karangalan na makasama natin ngayong araw ang ika-17 Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas, His Excellency President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Hello po, Mr. President.
Hello, Tony, and nice to see you once again in
It's
this
nice
setting.
to see you again.
But iba na yung ating setting.
Iba na. Exactly a year
Yeah.
ago, we did this interview, our
Just
first
about
sit down.
a year ago, that's right. Yes.
Sa inyong tahanan. Ngayon, nandito na tayo sa bago niyong tahanan for the next 6 years.
Well, this is where we live and work now. Ay, ganun talaga.
Your home and your workplace, but this is also your old home. You
Well,
lived here for 20 years.
It is. I think it's an advantage for me kasi parang alam ko na ito, lahat ng, alam ko yung, kung minsan nga yung security ko nawawala dahil kung saan ako dumadaan, alam ko yung pasikot-sikot dito sa palasyo. Nung nakatira kami dito, ang father ko ang Pangulo.
Pero ngayon kayo na po.
Yun na nga eh.
Sa pagbabalik nyo sa Malacanang, kayo na ang Pangulo.
Ganun na nga ang nangyari. Pero iba yung pakiramdam.
Ano po yung pakiramdam?
It's very hard to describe because
So many memories.
yes, you have those memories, but the memories as a child, memory as the watching your father work. Now it's you that's working. It's you. This is the office that you work in, and these are the people that you work with. So it's very much playing a familiar role, but you never played it before. I was never president before. But I watched my father for a very long time. So, ganyan ang presidente.
When you hear the word president attached to your first name, how does that make you feel?
Again, it's very hard to describe. Nung sa umpisa, siyempre, nung sinasabi President Marcos, sa isip ko, si President Marcos, tatay ko. Yung tinutukoy nila. Mr. President, hinahanap ko si Mr. President kung sino yung kinakausap nila. But I guess you just get used to it kasi nandyan ang trabaho. And that's the way the work is done. You have many decisions to make. There's much study to do. Marami kang kailangan. So that keeps you busy. So hindi mo na iniisip 'yon. Pero pagka kuminsan meron pa rin lalo na pagka mga ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Yun pa, ako yun.
Kayo na yun.
Ako pala yun.
Alam niyo, may sinabi yung mother ninyo, our former First Lady, Imelda Marcos. She said that the presidency is destiny.
Yes.
When you were growing up, naramdaman niyo ba that you will become the president of the country?
Well, ang naririnig ko nung bata ako, and I was still very young, and I'm talking about single-digit young, I'm talking about 8 years old, 7 years old, and I think I've described it before, because my father was so dominant in the political arena. Ako naman, sinasabi ko, hindi na ako papasok dyan. In fact, umiiwas talaga ako sa politika eh. Well, circumstances are what they are. I ended up here. Para sa akin, hindi yung gusto kong maging presidente kahit ano mayan. Kasi yan lang gagawin ko sa buong buhay ko, magpipresidente ako. It was never like that. It was really more like, well, nandito na ako. Napunta na ako sa politika. Yun, sabi ko, nandito na tayo. Sabi ko, pagbutihan mo na lang. Just keep going, go as far as you can take it until we reach the presidency.
The presidency.
Natatawa ako kung minsan I see the commenter that pinagplanuhan nila ng taon-taon nito. It's a long-term plan. And
The truth is,
I'd like to talk to them and say, you give us too much credit. If only you knew all the stumbling blocks that came in our way, all the mistakes that we made.
sinasabi po nila, everything that happens in your life is a preparation to where you're going to be in the next chapter. What do you think prepared you for the presidency?
I think if ever anything prepared me for not only the being governor or a senator, but being president, I don't know if I'm completely prepared, but I have some preparation that I can put in my belt, and that's just watching my father. Watching what he did. I lived in this house. I was with him. It's like going to master class. How is this done? How do you run a country?
Speaking about your father, nung nag-oath taking kayo, ang ginamit yung Bible was the same Bible your father used.
Hinanap namin yun. We wanted very much to go back to tradition. And we thought that it's time we have to come back to our touchstone. And that's okay, this is the presidency. This is how we do it. This is how it goes. Ito yung tradition ng ating ng Pilipinas. Respetuhin natin yung tradition na yan. Siguro in my old age, I'm getting superstitious.
So before the inauguration, let's go back to the day nung May 9, when the votes were coming in and you were seeing the numbers. Hanggang sa nag-reach siya ng 31 million votes. You made history as the first president na nagkaroon ng pinakamataas na boto sa kasaysayan ng eleksyon ng mga pangulo. 58.77%.
I know, that's remarkable. I was awestruck. Of course, we're always studying the surveys. We're always looking at the figures. We say it looks good. It looks like it's going to be
Did you
okay.
expect the 31 million?
I didn't allow myself to do that. All through the campaign, I said, relax. You're not going to win
Kahit
yet.
na you're number one sa lahat ng surveys.
Oo, hindi. Survey pa lang yan. Hindi pa boto yan. Ganun lang ko lagi. Kahit na maganda yung numero, kahit na magandang response ng tao, sabi ko, wala pa yung eleksyon. So when we were watching the figures, I said, well, so far it makes sense. And I kept telling, congratulations. Sabi ko, hindi, huwag muna mag-congratulations. Until our own canvassers were saying, ang natira ngayon na boto is 12 million. Kahit mapunta lahat sa kalaban yan, panalo ka pa rin.
Kahit pag samasamahin yung boto ng kalaban ninyo.
Doon, that was the only point na
Naramdaman nyo, ito na yun.
Mukhang panalo tayo.
What made you cry when you won?
Actually, it was the reaction of all our supporters. That it was so deeply felt that they said, God, it's something that we cannot take lightly. You were there during the campaign.
cried that night.
I think everyone should.
Everyone cried. All of your supporters cried.
Even some of these tough guys na
They
mga
cried.
kaibigan, mga
Handang ipaglaban ang kanyang kaharian at ang kanyang minamahal. Isang epiko ng pag-ibig, paghihiganti at pakikipaglaban para sa kahariang itinadhana para sa nag-iisang prinsesa na Gregorio. River Where the Moon Rises. Lunes hanggang Linggo, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Ngayong September 13 na. Here, we ride the rhythm. We feel and we live music. Your favorite hits. Your prize performers. Playing this September 13, 2:30 p.m. This is the soundtrack of your lives. Insta Jam. Ang programang minahal ng bawat Pilipino nagbabalik kung saan nyo kami unang napanood. Bagong istasyon sa bagong ALLTV Network. Ipagpapatuloy ang saya dito sa Wawawin. Lunes hanggang Sabado, 7 to 8:30 p.m. At sa pagbabalik natin sa September 13, ibubuhos ang regalong babago sa buhay nyo.
Dalawang haso lang ang bibigyan natin sa September 13. Go!
Saan mang sulok ng mundo, sama all, saya all tayo gabi-gabi sa Wawawin. Handang ipaglaban ang kanyang kaharian at ang kanyang minamahal. Isang epiko ng pag-ibig, paghihiganti at pakikipaglaban para sa kahariang itinadhana para sa nag-iisang prinsesa na Gregorio. River Where the Moon Rises. Lunes hanggang Linggo, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Ngayong September 13 na. Ang pag-ibig na kontento sa simpleng pagsasama ay magigimbal ng isang katotohanang matagal na itinago. At sa pagkadiskubre ng katotohanan, may mga magwawakasan. Muling tunghayan ang dalawang pinagtagpo ng ilang uri na katadhanang magbunga ng pag-ibig. Ngayon at kailanman, simula na ngayong September 14, Lunes hanggang Linggo, 8:30 p.m. dito sa ALLTV.
What divided our country?
Politics. We lost sight in many ways of the national interest. And we only talked about partisan interest. Pinaglalaban lang natin yung sa partido ko, dun sa kandidato ko, dun sa gusto ko, dun sa... Hindi natin iniisip yung ano yung para sa Pilipinas. Kahit medyo malugi ka, pero maganda sa Pilipinas, okay yun. Walang problema yun. We have to start thinking that way. Even if it costs you, even if it's hard, even if people don't understand. Ganyan naman talagang politika. Yan ang leader eh. Hindi naman lahat makakaunawa doon sa iyong ginagawa. Meron diyang element na kahit anong sabihin mo, hindi naman tama. Kasi nasa kabila sila. So, yun ang trabaho nila. They oppose. And in the end, kasi naman, matagal ko nang natutunan tong leksyon nito. Performance is the best politics. Pag magandang nagawa mo, kahit anong sabihin nila, nagawa mo eh.
Will speak for itself.
Yes. At saka hindi nila makukuha sa iyo. Alam ng tao. Even wala kang placard na sinasabi na akong gumawa nitong project na ito, akong gumawa ng magandang ano na ito. Alam ng tao eh. Kung sino ang nagdala ng improvement dun sa kanilang buhay. That's the most important thing. At saka nobody can take that from you.
Let's talk about the sauna. What was that experience like for you, giving your first State of the Nation address?
I've been to saunas as a congressman, as a senator, nanonood ako. So I know exactly how it goes. It's the same thing like being here in the palace. I know how things go. But then I'm not sitting as governor and watching it, or sitting as a congressman and watching the sauna. I'm the one standing there making the State of the Nation address. Again, go back to tradition. And the State of the Nation address is a report to the people about how we are doing. What it was really a look forward to see this is what we are doing. And that's why some people were saying, why did you go into so much detail, into so much? Because people want to know what our plans are. Hindi naman naintindihan yan. Hindi na bale. Those potential investors that we are trying to bring into the Philippines, the financial analysts, and the most important priority of the people right now, even of the government right now, is the economy. So yun ang inuna ko. And so yeah, how does that feel? Well, actually making the speech is okay, but writing that speech, it took us a full week of writing. But what I really wanted to present was a plan. I said everything is part of a whole. And the one thing that I also asked, that I also wanted to get across, is that I know that people have been sacrificing for 2 years. We will do this. We're not asking you, nagsakripisyo na kayo. We will do this to help you. The government is not asking anything from its people. It's the government now that will provide to the people. Kasi talagang alam naman namin, naghihirap na kayo, matagal na kayo naghihirap. Kaya't kami na muna, patrabahuhin niyo kami, ayusin natin yan.
The war on drugs, hinanap po nila yun sa SONA.
Yeah.
It was not tackled.
No, I didn't, because I had already explained it, and I think it's of an internal matter. The war on drugs will continue, but we have to do it in a different way. Until we formulate fully our policies, hindi pa natin masasabi. Because we are, even as we speak, there are working groups putting together the new war on drugs. We're looking more for in the upstream of the problem, the prevention. Turuan natin yung mga bata, huwag kayong papasok sa ganyan, wala kayong aabutin dyan. Karamihan ng pumasok dyan, either nakakulong na o patay na. So, ba't nagugustuhin yun, di ba? So, all of that. And those who are already involved or na-addict na, we should treat them. We're trying to, in fact, right now, we are trying to formulate what is the latest and what's the best way for the rehabilitation. These are all being formulated. And then even on the enforcement side. But I'd like to formulate that more. That will take another whole SONA just to explain.
What about the death penalty? Ano po ang stand niyo sa death penalty?
Death penalty is a tough one because there is a practical issue and a moral issue involved. And the question is, does society have the right to kill its own people? And that's a tough one to get around. As a practical matter, does the death penalty actually, does it discourage people from committing heinous crimes? And I think the data, not only from the Philippines but from other countries, shows that it doesn't. We have to be very stringent about applying the law.
You said something really nice about the creative industry in your SONA.
Yeah.
And alam naman po nating lahat na marami sa aking kasamahan sa industriya ay very vocal na against you.
But
What is your reaction to that?
That's their opinion. But again, it's clear that the creative industry is an important part of our culture, even of our image and look abroad. If you go around Asia, and you go to the hotels, you go to the bars, ang tumutugtog laging Pilipino, di ba? We have somehow a special affinity to the performing arts. And I've seen many of my friends in the creatives, 2.5 years, walang concert, walang trabaho. I'm not only talking about the performers, I'm talking about the caterer, the driver, the crew. Walang trabaho ito for the last 2.5 years, and laking asset. Now we're going to talk about tourism. Secretary Cristina Frasco, yun ang kanyang talagang thinking. Sabi niya, let's make the Filipino brand important and to be well known. And she's absolutely right. Part of that brand is our culture. And it's not something that's going to be too hard. The Filipino brand is attractive. The Filipino brand is singular, is unique.
What for you is our Filipino brand?
Grace. If I have to describe it in one word, it's grace. Filipinos.
Handang ipaglaban ang kanyang kaharian at ang kanyang minamahal. Isang epiko ng pag-ibig, paghihiganti at pakikipaglaban.
Want to be for the country?
Transformative. that we have transformed the government into something that is well attuned and ready and well positioned for all that is going to come.
Speaking about your government, how do you choose the members of your cabinet? Ano yung mga qualifications na hinahanap nyo sa isang secretary?
Ang cabinet level is really capability. Sino ba talaga yung pinakamagaling na makuha natin? I mean, and I've said this before, I think I told you this before, is one of the hardest things that you get these very successful people. Kayo magaling, kaya successful eh. Sinasama sa gobyerno, they're doing well, you know, maayos yung buhay nila. Hindi sila,
Private sila.
Private lang sila. Then you ask them to join government. So the only way that we have been able to get all of these really, some very brilliant people to join the cabinet have been really invoke love of country. At a certain level in government, you need technocrats. You need advice, technical advice. You don't need political advice. Well, you get political advice from somewhere else. But when it comes to the actual running, the technical nuts and bolts of running the government, the economy especially, you really need technical advice. One of my simplest criterion is who knows more than me about this subject.
Para po sa inyo, why is your VP Sara Duterte qualified to be the DepEd Secretary?
Because she feels very strongly about it, and she's, as a government worker, as an administrator, she's really very competent. I've seen her work. She works very hard, and she's very methodical in the way she does things. She doesn't leave things out, and she's very patient. But she's also quite forceful. And the Department of Education is not an easy job to put together, especially since we decided that the face-to-face will go on in this semester. That's not an easy job because we're transforming the entire educational system from what it was during pandemic back. And I think the word that I keep using when I talk about VP Inday is forthright. Basta kung ano sabihin niya, gagawin niya. And that's why malakas ang loob ko sa kanya. Na pag sinabi niya, hindi, ito, tatrabahuin ko ito. I talk to her and I say, oh, what do you need? How is it going? Kailangan ko ng ganito, patulong dun sa ganyan. So we'll do it. And she's at her heart. I don't know, she'll get mad at me because I'm getting personal. But sa puso niya, she's a mom.
Aww.
She's really a mom. When you scratch Sarah, you find a mother inside. And that's the best motivation for me because she's doing this for her children. That's good enough because she wants the best for her children and she wants the best for all children. And she's always had that attitude anyway.
You appointed yourself, Mr. President, as the Secretary of Agriculture. Ano po ang plano niyo sa sektor na yon ng gobyerno?
It is such a big job. And the agricultural sector is so important that I thought, symbolically, may pakita ko, no, it's that important to me. Ako na yung humawa.
This is the priority?
This is a priority in this administration. Hanggat maayos ito yung gagawin. Ito yung hindi namin titigilan ito. Number one. And number two, it's just over the years, we really have to reorganize the entire value chain system of our agricultural production. Again, hindi. Ang ending talaga nitong lahat is cheap or at least affordable food for everybody. Na may bigas lahat, na may ulam lahat, hindi ba? Na meron tayong fisheries, meron tayong hog raiser, meron tayong broiler production, pati itlog, pinag-uusapan natin. In fact, maybe I can say it now, I'm going to initiate in our, at least for the government workers, the rice allowance na nagbibigay part of the sweldo, ang pagbayad is in rice. Para nakakatiyak tayo, everybody, every family will have rice. And this will be bought by the government, from the government, para makamura tayo, and the people do not have to buy it at the market price. Now, we don't want to put the rice producers out of business. On the contrary, what's going to happen is magkakaroon ng demand. Kasi bibili ng marami yung gobyerno eh. And then we'll talk to other corporations. Marami na naman din sa malalaking korporasyon, meron na silang rice allowance eh. So we'll institutionalize it. So at the very least, meron tayong ganun. This is life and death, and the people are living very close to the subsistence level. And we have to pull ourselves out of that. They should not be at the subsistence level. They should not be spending 60, 70, 80% of their income on food. That's far, far, far too much. They have nothing left for anything else. They cannot send their children to school. They cannot pay for the electricity, the water, all of these things that they need to pay for. So that's really the scope of the problem. And that's the way I see it.
You were talking about the rice. Isa po yan sa diniscuss ninyo nung campaign na ang aspiration nyo ay maibaba ito sa 20 pesos, hindi ho ba?
There's a way to do it, but it'll take a while. We have to return NFA to its old function. Not so much importation, but really the buying, and then even actually now we can already do it, but it's a little short term. We sell the buffer stock that we have in NFA. We can sell it at 20 pesos, but that's not really realistic. We have to bring the actual price down. And that's why I am hoping that at the end of all that we are doing, and when I say at the end, I'm not talking about tomorrow, I'm talking about maybe hopefully, if we do it right in a couple, 3 years, that we'll get there. If we mabuo natin yung value chain and we make savings at every step, we might start, and then the world market will slowly be better. We might just make it to 20 pesos, but it's a long road there. It's not going to be
Is
easy.
it possible?
Everything's possible. Just have to work very hard at it and be clever about it and come up with new ideas and be creative about what are the things that you're able to do. That's why, in my view, I talk about transforming our economy, not recovering. Because I don't want to recover the economy to what it was in 2019. I want to transform the economy to be ready for the shocks, the difficulties that we will face from 2022.
Speaking of the economy, the inflation affected everything.
We've actually done, in terms of monetary policy, we've done all right in the Philippines. Ang problema is something that's called imported inflation. Because the inflation that was suffered by whatever produce, may bibili tayong fertilizer, doon sa pinanggalingan niya, nagtumaas ang presyo ng natural gas, tumaas ang presyo ng ammonia, all of the elements that go into it. Pag binili mo ngayon yung fertilizer na yun, naisama mo na doon yung inflation niya. Ganun na ang mundo ngayon eh. Very interconnected na ang mundo. You cannot deal anymore without talking to other countries, to trading with other countries, to getting supply from other countries. In agriculture specifically, we have not reached that level of production na masasabi na hindi na natin kailangan mag-import. Yun ang mga bago. That's why I always talk about transformation. This is the new world we live in. So we just have to pay very close attention to what's happening around us and what we do in response.
We're still living in the pandemic. Wala pa rin po tayong secretary sa Department of Health. Ano pong masasabi niyo dyan?
We have to remember that the DOH is not about COVID alone. It's about public health in general. So that's another side of it, and it's as important as COVID is. We have the dengue rates are climbing. We have the second highest HIV rate of infection in the world.
In the world.
Handang ipaglaban ang kanyang kaharian at ang kanyang minamahal. River where the moon rises. Lunes hanggang Linggo, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Ngayong September 13 na.
Kanina po we were talking about appointments sa inyong secretary. A lot of people were asking, why did you put Enrile as your chief legal counsel? Kasi po sa history, hindi ho ba? They were saying that he betrayed your father.
Well,
What is your relationship po with...
he's like my uncle. I call him Tito Johnny. And I have called him that since I was a child. Since 1986, ilang beses na kami nag-uusap. Put it this way, he's brilliant. Simple lang. He is one of the maybe 3 best lawyers that I know in the Philippines. So as a legal advisor, he certainly fits the bill. He certainly fills the bill. So that's not a problem. Ang dami na nangyari since 86.
Did you talk about that, the two of you?
All the time. All the time. And we talk about it in terms of, I did that interview.
Yes, in your vlog.
In my vlog with him. And I kept asking him, if you did this, why didn't you become president? Di ba, nandiyan ka na eh. Sana ikaw naging presidente kasi iniisip ko, mas magaling ka naman dun sa, dun sa mga iba eh. Sana ikaw na lang ang pumalit. And he said that wasn't the point. The point was something else. And he has explained it. So we've talked about it so often. And for me, it didn't seem to be an attack really on my father. Because also, I was privy to their conversations nung nandun siya sa krame. Na akong may hawak ng telepono ng dad ko eh. So naririnig ko lahat ng usapan nila. So hindi ganoon talaga na hindi kayo papapagsakin namin kayo, hindi ganoon eh. Hindi ganoon ang pagkatrato niya. I think he felt that he was really defending the country in some way. Anyway, whatever it is, we have discussed it sufficiently that we are happy to be with one another and happy to work with one another.
Why do you trust him?
I don't see any reason for him to betray me. The times are just too different for us to be able to say that, babalik siya sa ganun. And also, time of life na rin niya.
He's 98 years
He's
old.
98 years old. So I guess he just wants to keep working, watching it from my side. Parang natural progression yung nabalik siya dito sa palasyo as the presidential legal advisor. But I guess from someone who is watching from the outside, it's a little bit...
Yun ang question.
Ba't kaya sa lahat ng ano yan?
Siya.
Kasi
yes.
siyang pinakamagaling.
Let's talk about some issues.
Sure.
You issued a statement where you said that you have no plans in rejoining the ICC.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't see any reason why we should. The ICC, very simply, is supposed to take action when a country no longer has a functioning judiciary, has no longer some the organs of states, the police, etc. And that condition does not exist in the Philippines. So I do not see what role ICC is going to play here in the Philippines. Think about it. We will allow them to come in and investigate and then tell us who to arrest. Mag-imbestiga sila rito, tutulungan natin sila mag-imbestiga. Bakit ito pagkatapos ng investigasyon, sasabihin, ikulong ninyo si ganito, ikulong ninyo si ganyan.
What will make you change your mind?
To join the ICC? There's no need for them to come into the Philippines. Maybe if the whole system collapses, if the judiciary, kung magkagera tayo dito, walang judiciary, walang gobyerno na talagang gumagana, walang police, walang then yun, kailangan natin sila. The alleged crimes were all committed in the Philippines. They were all committed by Filipinos. Why will we need a foreigner to tell us how to deal with it? I don't think we do. I don't think we need. We were just talking about one of the most brilliant lawyers in the world that I know. CJP, you need people to replace him? They're better than him? I don't think so.
What can you say about the human rights advocates condemning your decision about the ICC?
I do not see why it's a violation of human rights. It's a question of jurisdiction and sovereignty. The accusations are crimes against human rights, but nonetheless, the method by which we apply and enforce that law is what is really in question and when we join or not join the ICC.
Do you think there is a chance for ABS-CBN to get its franchise under the Marcos administration?
Again, I have not changed my position, ever. The question about the ABS-CBN franchise is really about some of the violations, some of the problems that they have encountered during the hearings and in the investigation in the House of Representatives. And so long as those are attended to and those are resolved, then there's no reason actually for the Committee on Franchises in the House to deny them a franchise. Again, my view and my opinion and my position is that so long as all of those issues that were brought up during the hearings and investigation in the House of Representatives have been attended to and have been resolved, I know that the suspicion is that it's always because of the political positions that they took, which is against PRRD. The actual technical reasons are these the issues that were found during the hearings in the House.
What about renaming the airport from NAIA to Manila International Airport?
Good question.
What is your take on that?
I haven't actually thought about it. Well, we are known around the world as MIA, Manila International Airport.
Are you in favor of renaming the airport?
I have no strong feelings about it. I mean, if people want to rename the airport and if we get public support for it, then yes, go ahead. If not, then no. I mean, it's really not
A priority.
No, not at all. Not at all.
What about the 203 billion estate tax that they keep discussing in the news, in paper?
Yeah. Well, we are actually encouraging that this finally be resolved, because I don't want to make a legal opinion for which I am not qualified. But rather to say that we were never allowed to argue, because when this case came out, we were all in the United States. So when it was the time for us to answer, we had no chance to answer because we were nakakulong in Hickam Air Force Base in Hawaii. Now we are all here. Open the case and let us argue it, so that all of the things that we should have been able to say in 1987, 88, 89, that we were not able to say.
What did you want to say nung 86, 87, 88, 89?
Isa-isa namin talaga yung sinasabi nilang property. Kasi hindi maliwanag ang pag-aari ng mga property na sinasabi at
Ang programang minahal ng bawat Pilipino nagbabalik kung saan nyo kami unang napanood. Bagong istasyon sa bagong ALLTV Network. Ipagpapatuloy ang saya dito sa Wawawin. Lunes hanggang Sabado, 7 to 8:30 p.m. At sa pagbabalik natin sa September 13, ibubuhos ang regalong babago sa buhay nyo.
Dalawang haso lang ang bibigyan natin sa September 13. Go!
Saan mang sulok ng mundo, sama all, saya all tayo gabi-gabi sa Wawawin! Handang ipaglaban ang kanyang kaharian at ang kanyang minamahal. Isang epiko ng pag-ibig, paghihiganti at pakikipaglaban para sa kahariang itinadhana para sa nag-iisang prinsesa na Gregorio. River Where the Moon Rises. Lunes hanggang Linggo, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Ngayong September 13 na.
Ang pag-ibig na kontento sa simpleng pagsasama ay magigimbal ng isang katotohanang matagal na itinago. At sa pagkadiskubre ng katotohanan, may mga buhay.
10 to 5 p.m.
dito sa ALLTV.
Martial law, what is your take on that? Kasi, can I tell you what I learned in school?
Oh, what did you learn at school?
What was taught to us about martial law is that your father wanted to stay in power. That's why he declared martial law.
Martial law was declared because of the wars, the two wars we were fighting on two fronts.
That is,
And that is in the countryside, the NPA, CPP NPA was fomenting revolution. They wanted to bring down the government through violent means. So the government had to defend itself. The second front was the secessionist movement down in the south, led by MNLF and Chairman Numiswari at the time. He started uprising the secessionist movement. And that eventually turned to violence and essentially war. That was even supported. It's the reason that my mother went to Libya, because Libya was supporting the separatist movements here in the
Philippines?
In the Philippines,
during
yeah.
that time.
Sure. Those were the dangers and the perils that the country was facing. Most people do not realize, how you say, the rebels, tawag namin rebelde, the communist rebels, how close they came to Manila. And how close they came to large urban centers, and slowly to gain control. And that's why it was necessary to, in my father's view at the time, to declare martial law. Kasi may gera na talaga eh.
That reason, how come that was not discussed to us in school? How come it was not in the news? How come it was not printed on paper? That side of the story.
Because the victors write history, don't they? It is the victors in a conflict that will write the history. The government fell, so the victors wrote this history, and that's what is being taught in schools, and that's what you heard and learned. Those reasons were expounded at great length during my father's time. Pero siyempre, nag-polarize na eh. So kalaban na, naging kalaban na eh. So yung kalaban, silang sumusulat ngayon ng history. Ayan ang nangyari, kaya ganyan ang natutunan ng tao.
That's why tinatawag nila ngayon yung historical revisionism, historical distortion.
Kaya lagi kong pag sinasabi na historical revisionism, sabi mo, banggitin mo yung isang halimbawa na may sinabi ako na hindi totoo. Ngayon, pagkatapos nung gawin yun, marami ako ipapakita na sinabi ninyo na hindi totoo. At I will prove it. So I don't know what historical revision. There's nothing that we say about we recognize naman the problems that happened, the abuses that occurred, like in any war. All of these things are some things that are already part of history.
So you're not revising history.
There's no reason to revise history.
Are you distorting our history?
How am I distorting?
That is their accusation. The distortion of history. Are you going to change the textbooks?
Only if they're wrong. Factual naman eh. You can check facts. Let's talk about facts, not political opinion. What are the things that actually did happen, that we can show, we can prove? Tignan ninyo. We have video, we have photographs, we have records. This actually happened. As opposed to, alam mo, balita namin, yung nangyari, narinig namin, may intel kami na gano'n. Naging chismis basically na hindi naman mapatunayan. Lahat ng aming sinasabi, kaya namin patunayan. Pero paano nagiging revision of history? And how do you distort history? You distort history siguro, sabihin mo, these are the actual facts, pero ang interpretation, yung spin.
If there's one thing that I really noticed about you, especially during the campaign when I would see you backstage, inside the tent, during the preparations, behind the scenes, is that you are so calm. There's so much calmness. Parang hindi kayo talaga napipikon. Even your kids say that. Sabi ng daddy ko, huwag kang mapipikon kasi pag pikon ka, talo ka.
Oh.
What makes you mad? What affects you?
What really affects me is to see an innocent suffering. Yung pag may nakita ako maliit na bata na nahihirapan, walang makain, may sakit. Yun. I'm already tearing up just thinking about. But that really for me. When I you're in your car, you're in the traffic light, the kids are selling you things, kung ano-ano. I always look and say, we should be doing better than this.
What is your dream for the Philippines?
Equality. Daming mayaman dito, daming mahirap. Mas marami ang mahirap.
I remember when we first did our interview, you said na you were 8 years old when you first stepped into the palace, nung naging president yung ama. If you were to talk to your 8-year-old self, what would you want to tell that little Bongbong Marcos entering the palace?
Boy, are you in for a wild ride. You have no idea what the rest of your life is holding for you, but it's going to be something amazing. It's going to be something unexpected. There are so many things that happened in my life that were so unexpected. Yes, that's what I would tell my little self, is to say, prepare yourself because ang daming mangyayari sa buhay mo.
I remember when you won nung May 9, the next day, it was posted in your Instagram that you visited your father.
Yes,
What did you tell him?
you should be here. You're gonna make me cry.
You told him, you should be here.
You should be here.
Why?
This is yours. This is not all mine. This is yours. This is my mom. It's your good work that brought me here. Don't leave me now.
Yes.
I'm going to need your help. That was what you talked about. I spoke to him. I said, it's time for you to rest now. Don't worry, we'll be here. We'll continue. I will use everything I learned from you to continue your work.
And you did.
And I will
You're
try.
now here.
And I will try to continue that.
Congratulations, Mr. President. You did it.
Now, with all of you, everybody's help.
Muling balikan ang isang seryeng tinutukan at minahal ng sambayanan. Ang istorya ng dalawang buhay na isinilang ng sabay. Ngunit dahil sa mapait na pangyayari, tadhana ang sa kanila'y nagpahiwalay. Ang istorya ng magkakambal na lumaki na magkaiba ang kapalaran. Balikan ang kwento ni Kara at Sara sa Doble Kara. Simula na ngayon September 14, 4:15 to 5 p.m. dito sa ALLTV. Ang programang minahal ng bawat Pilipino nagbabalik kung saan nyo kami unang napanood. Bagong istasyon sa bagong ALLTV Network. Ipagpapatuloy ang saya dito sa Wawawin. Lunes hanggang Sabado, 7 to 8:30 p.m. At sa pagbabalik natin sa September 13, ibubuhos ang regalong babago sa buhay nyo.
Dalawang haso lang ang bibigyan natin sa September 13. Go!
Saan mang sulok ng mundo, sama all, saya all tayo gabi-gabi sa Wawawin. Ang programang minahal ng bawat Pilipino nagbabalik kung saan
Kasi isang taong mahirap madaling makontrol.
Isa sa pinakamalaking factor kung bakit maraming